go. Let's turn this down. Turn it down. There you go. Qualifying in the bag. Wrapped. You know what? They might as well call this the Max Verstappen shit show. Might as well. Practice. Actually, before the practice, the F1 show. That's where it all started. The F1 show. Max this, Max that. Max has become a double world champion. Max is champion from last year. Max is going to be the champion this weekend. Max. That's all we've heard all weekend from F1 show. Practice 1, practice 2, and practice 3. That is it. Max Verstappen can't do no wrong. They've even got Johnny Herbert muted. He's the only advocate on this disgraceful panel of Paul di Resta, Carew, Jensen, and Lazenby. Now, everybody knows about Paul di Resta. Everybody knows he's a Red Bull mark. He's an advocate of the Red Bull team. We know this. He doesn't even try and hide it either. But for me, the sneakiest one out of all of them, the very sneaky one, the one that always says, "Oh, we're here for the neutrals. I'm a neutral," is Lazenby. Simon Dickweed Lazenby. He's the sneakiest one out of all of them. He's a true Red Bull mark. This guy cozies up to Christian Horner all the time. And he's only got, I'll just sit on the fence. At least with di Resta, and I'm not giving di Resta credit, by the way. At least with di Resta, yeah, you know where he's coming from. But Lazenby is very, very crafty. He makes out that he's for the neutrals, but really, he's only for Christian Horner and Red Bull. But obviously, he has to try and stay neutral because of Sky Sports. But it comes out, if you watch it, read him and watch him, you'll see he's a true Red Bull mark. Simon Lazenby. Now, on to Suzuka qualifying. What do I think of the Suzuka qualifying? Absolutely horse manure. Look, the FIA scandal, it just continues every day. They just can't help themselves. The FIA scandal, the FIA, they just can't help themselves. They cater to Max Verstappen every single race. Every practice session, every qualifying session, every race, they cater to Max Verstappen and Red Bull. Very simple. And if you want to come on my channel and say, nah, they cater to Lewis, I'll just remind you, 2021 Abu Dhabi, Brazil 2021, Monza 2021, the list continues. Even France 2021. And I've got a whole book of the time that the FIA and the stewards have screwed Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. But I can also get an equal book where the FIA and the stewards favour Max Verstappen and the Red Bull. It's very simple. It's very clear to everybody's eyes. Perfect example today. Qualifying. Max Verstappen should have got a 10-second time penalty minimal for what he did in practice today. No, what he done in qualifying today. He was there slowing down for some reason. I don't know why he was slowing down. Started turning his wheel, swaying everywhere. What's his name? Lando Norris was about to start his fast lap. As soon as Lando Norris put his foot down on the gas to start his fast lap, Max Verstappen conveniently turned his wheel straight into Lando Norris. It missed him by a hair. It missed him by just a fraction. There could have been a crash right there in qualifying. And what happened? What did the FIA always do in the stewards? They don't just give him the penalty there. No. What did they go and do? They go, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're not gonna make a decision now. We're gonna make it after qualifying. You know when you hear that from the stewards. You know when you hear that they say to Max Verstappen, they say to us, oh, we're gonna deal with it after the qualifying. You know that Max Verstappen is not gonna get a penalty. Just look at the history. Abu Dhabi 2021, Brazil 2021. So the list goes on. As soon as the stewards say we're going to deal with it after, everybody else, they get reprimanded straight away. They get penalties on the spot within a minute. But Max Verstappen, no. He gets special treatment. He gets the VIP treatment. They say to him, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to deal with it after. And you know when you hear that, nothing's coming. And what happened? Half an hour, 40 minutes later, what happens? He gets a reprimand. That's it. That's basically he got away with it. No penalty. No fine. No nothing. He nearly caused the accident today in qualifying. That could have been worse. And even when Lando Norris come out, Lando Norris said, yeah, he's going to get a penalty. And that's his friend. That's Max Verstappen's friend, Lando Norris's. And he said, now he's going to get a penalty for it. And what happened? No penalty. He escapes again. He escapes again. That is unbelievable. Because you know what it is? It's in Honda. It's in the Honda world of Japan, Suzuka. And they don't want to upset nothing. They want Max Verstappen to win the title here. One, because it's Honda country. Two, they just want Max to win the title with all the fans there. With all the Japanese fans. Because obviously it's going to be good for business because Honda is their engine manufacturer. And this is why. And they want to drive this narrative that Max Verstappen is the best driver of all time. The commentators have been pushing that all weekend. Max Verstappen this, Max Verstappen that. You could not shut none of them up. The only one that was mute was Johnny Herbert. That was done by design. Because I know Scott. Because before they come out on TV, and start driving their narrative, they're briefed by Sky Sports F1. They say, right, this is what you're going to do. They got bullet points. And they say, you're going to say this, you're going to say this, you're going to say that. Because they know when Monday comes, which is basically going to get away with it, that scandal with the cost cap, they know that's coming Monday. They know it's coming Monday. So what they want to do is, right, they're saying to the commentators, right, you're going to say this, you're going to say this about Max, you're going to say this about Max. They're briefed before they even come out. So to ignore all the cost cap, they want to push their narrative of Max Verstappen. That's all you heard every 5 minutes. Max Verstappen world champion from last year. Max Verstappen's going to be champion this year. Max Verstappen deserves it. Any time they even talked a smidgen about the other drivers, straight onto Max Verstappen again. Just like today, started talking about Lewis. They said, oh, Lewis this, and Lazenby cut the guy off and said, oh yeah, but Max is this, Max is doing this. It's all about Max this weekend. This is what's in their notes. Talk about Max Verstappen. That's it. Non-stop. And what if it Buttons there? There's a reason why Jensen Buttons there. Look at the panel. Perfect example. The same panel that was at the Zandvoort Grand Prix in Holland in Dutch. The same panel. Lazenby. Jensen. Carew. All the marks, all the three biggest marks of Max Verstappen are there this weekend. Because you know why they're there? One, to drive their narrative. Two, they know that they think that Max Verstappen is going to win the title this weekend. So when he does win the title this weekend, they can push that narrative. Max Verstappen deserves it. He won the title last year. He's won the world title this year. This guy is coming of age. This is the future of Formula 1. I guarantee that's what they're going to say tomorrow. I can see it already. It's down already in the notes. Make sure you say Max Verstappen is the future of Formula 1. And you know what? That's what they're going to say because everything what Lewis has done in the past 15 years of being in Formula 1, they'll dismiss that. They'll dismiss it. They'll make out that Lewis has never been in Formula 1. It's all going to be about Max Verstappen. Max. I'm telling you now, you watch tomorrow when it comes. Guaranteed. This is why they put them there. Now, onto another subject. Today, got announced that Pierre Gasly is going to Alpine to partner Ocon. Now, if you follow Formula 1 like I do, you knew that was coming. You knew eventually that was going to come. And as soon as that got announced, that was early hours this morning. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning UK time. That got announced on Twitter. And then about an hour later, Nick De Vries got announced that he was going to AlphaTauri, and basically he's going to AlphaTauri where Gasly was, and Gasly's going to Alpine. And I think that's a good move for Pierre Gasly. Finally, he's going to be out of that Red Bull team, which he's been in there for so many years. They tried him with Red Bull. They didn't give him enough time. They put him straight back to the B team. And now finally he's got an escape out of that team. And he's going to a team where he's going to be loved. 2 French drivers at Alpine for next season. That's going to be an amazing, amazing pairing. I know there's history between them two. So I don't know the full ends of it. But I know there's history between Pierre Gasly and Ocon. And we'll see what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, there's a French team. They've got 2 French drivers. And I think that's a good pairing for next season. And it's been confirmed. This is from Ricciardo, straight from his mouth, that he will not be on the grid next year. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not sure if he's going into GT cars or Le Mans. But I know he's not going to be on the F1 grid next year. There was rumours that he was supposed to be taking like a third driver at Mercedes. I doubt it. I don't think he's going to go there. He's just going to sit. He can't take part in the young drivers program because he's not young anymore. He's a senior driver. So he's just basically going to just be sitting there and watching the screens. I can't see him doing that. I think maybe he's going to take a year off, relax, do something else, and maybe come back in 2024. A lot of people are saying that it's a shame that he's leaving in the prime of his career, really. He's only in his early 30s. He's got some... I think Ricciardo's going to come back. I think when he does come back, it's going to be... He needs to be in a team. That's probably what he needs, you know. He needs about a year off to just chill out, clear his mind of Formula 1, and then come back in 2024 and smash it. Because, listen, I know I make fun of Ricciardo, and I know he's a geek, always smiling and all that. Yeah, and saying he's going to end... I know I joke about this, say that he's going to end Lando Norris and what he said a couple of years ago. But this guy's talented. He's a good driver. But he needs to have a year off, rethink, reset, get centered again, and come back in 2024 and smash it. Because a guy like Ricciardo is going to be someone... Because he's not that old, really. He's in his early 30s. This is the prime of his career. So when he leaves, has a year off, keep himself busy, and then come back and go and drive for someone else. And I think that's what he's going to do. But he's not going to be on the grid next year, and it got announced today. And one more thing as well I'm going to talk about. This is a Christian Horner thing. Why do people ask Christian Horner questions when you know what the answer is going to be? It's all rhetorical. It's all rhetorical. They're asking Christian Horner, do you think Max Verstappen deserved that penalty? What do you think he's going to say? He's not going to turn around and say Max Verstappen deserves the penalty, is he? It's pointless. You got Lazenby smiling like some stupid Cheshire cat. You got you got Paul de Resta standing there with his high waist trousers, yeah? And then you got Lazenby going, oh, Christian, do you think Max is going to get a penalty? And you know what he's going to say. So you know what I do? Usually when the race finishes, qualifying. I used to watch the interviews after qualifying. Now, as soon as the qualifying finishes, TV off, move on with my day. I don't want to see these idiots on TV. It's like when I was asking Jenson Button today. They was asking Jenson Button, sitting on the fence like he always does. Do your job and speak your opinion. They was asking him today, do you think Max Verstappen's going to get a penalty? Well, it is right. In most of the situations, you might get a penalty, but I don't know. So he talked for about half an hour talking about the situation that he looked like he was in the wrong. Do you think? And then I asked him, do you think he's going to get a penalty? I don't know. And even Crafty was looking at him like to say, don't come in here if you're not going to do your job. Don't come in here and say everybody gets on, everybody loves each other, everybody's going to go out together, everybody's going to go to bed together and cuddle up under the sheets together. We all should get on and love each other. Fuck that. You do your job, you get paid enough. You're an expert analyst. You come out, someone asks you a question, do your fucking job and answer it. Very simple. Stop sitting on the fence. That's it, Ran. That's all I got to say, man. It's qualifying is done. Okay, thank God. Tomorrow's supposed to be mixed conditions. See how it goes. It might rain early in the morning, and then in the evening, in the afternoon when the race starts. I'm talking about Japanese time now, because when the race starts over here, it's going to be 6 o'clock in the morning. And Japan, I think, is going to be at 2-3 o'clock. They reckon it's going to rain in the morning, and maybe when it comes to the race, It might be a bit damp on the floor. We'll see how it goes. But that's it, man. That's all I got to say, man. This is Solo P1. That's it, man. Solo P1 signing out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on iTunes, Stitcher. I'm on all the podcasts, Amazon Music. I'm Solo P1 F1 podcast. Search me up, you'll see my logo. I'm uploading a couple of days because I got a backlog that I'm supposed to be putting on there. Got to sign up with a new podcast place where I upload my videos and my audio. So I'm on the backlog at the moment. So if you follow me, you might see like 3 or 4 podcasts coming at once. So don't forget to hit the likes in there and the sub. And yeah, that's it. I'm signing out, man. This is Solo P1. I'll be back tomorrow for the race day review. I never done no virtual racing. Usually when I have a qualifying and race, I do the virtual map and do the live timings. I'm not doing that this weekend. I'll be doing that the next race. So I'm just going to, because of the time it's on, early hours of the morning in the UK, I'll be just basically crawling out of bed and watching it. And then after that, going back to bed again. And that's it, man. But the next race in the USA, in Texas, I will be doing the live timings. And that's it, man. This is Solo P1 signing out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All my socials are going to be in the description below. See you later, guys. Bye.